Alright, so this is how I actually fix my bad sides. Now, here's this picture right here. It's from around December 2021. You can see all the forks coming down on my top left. And then by February 2022, this is how my top left is looking now. See the connections coming in. Now there's only like 1 or 2 forks left. Got rid of one of them. But you see a lot of guys on YouTube, they don't like break it down like how I'm about to break it down right now. This is how I actually fix my bad sides, all my weak sides. Now, for this journey right here, it took me about 2 wolf sessions to fix it in around 2 months. I was doing the same thing for a long time, and then I did this one major thing that really just like helped me a lot, which was finding the correct angle and switching my brush angles. Now, I remember for that one fork in particular, I was brushing my top left straight down. I put a diagram up here, and it was the wrong way for me to brush. But then when I started brushing more downwards to the left side, I switched my angle, and brushing that right angle was the first step, which was the foundation for me to fix my top left. Now, I don't recommend doing this if you just started waving. This is really only for, the intermediate level wavers who, you just have like an unestablished side of your pattern that's really bad. If you're new, if you're in the ripple stage still and you got forks all over, those are not real forks. Those will break as long as you're brushing the right angles. Now the forks that come after that are the forks that you need to break. Now, in order to speed up the process from having to shift my angles, there's a couple things that I did. Washing styles and combing. That's all that I really did, and along with brushing every single day. The consistency is really the main thing that sped this up, but combing and washing styles really helped speed this up. Alright, so at the time I was using a comb like this to confuse your hair, because what you want to do, you want to comb up the spot backwards and then comb it in the direction you want it to go. So I would use this comb too, but this is not a good comb to do. You want to use a comb like this. I didn't have it at the time. This is a tool instructor comb, but it really doesn't matter. If you have your teeth, like the red teeth of this comb, really tight together, that would be a better thing to use if you can't get this. But you want to do something called the flawless connection method, which is you really just want to, it's not even really the flawless connection method. You really just want to comb your hair back and then comb it forward. I didn't even know what the flawless connection method was at the time. All I really did was comb it back, then comb it into the position that I wanted my wave to go, and then I would go with my hard brush, medium brush, soft brush, etc. Now, you have to do this when you're wolfing. Wolfing was really the thing that you need to do throughout this entire thing, but the length that you wolfed for changed. So when you're wolfing, washing styles help a lot. So along with combing, I was doing my washing styles and brushing in the direction that I wanted my waves to go on. You can go on an overwash, but you have to be very careful and you have to know what you're doing when you do that. Wash your hair 2 to 3 times a week. I was doing 3 times a week. It's a little bit on the dangerous side because shampoo is bad for your hair, but it was necessary for what I wanted to get done, which was to fix my top left, which I eventually did fix it, and we'll get to that soon. Now, with wolfing, I had to wolf the entire time, but I didn't just go on a 10 weeks wolf, then an 11 weeks wolf. I broke it down. At first, I started it off but going on around, I think it was an 8 weeks wolf I went on from November to January. I wolfed from mid-November to early January. I wolfed throughout the entire thing. Had Christmas break, I had a lot of time to brush, and I was able to have a long wolf. So I tracked my progress, especially during December, and that was the longest wolf I did there. So after, with that wolf, I needed to basically regrow and confuse that side of my hair. So with that wolf, that was the purpose of doing that wolf. When I cut it down, I did not cut down to below my curl length. I did above. I think I cut down to around a 2 or 2.5. And from there, I was able to work the foundation. I think you should cut down to a 2 if you have my hair texture, which is coarse but not too coarse, because it's like it's right above your curl length. It's right above a 1.5. That really helps. I don't want to go under, which is like a 1.5. So I really, when I went down, I got to my curl length, and then I really put in that brush work. Really put in that brush work there, and that really helped. Then I went on another wolf session that wasn't that long. That was around 4 to 5 weeks. I cut it off my wolf in February. So around 4 to 5 weeks, consistent brushing, working the foundation of my pattern. And then when I cut that wolf off, just like boom, was fixed. You can see in the picture right here, my angles are, the flow is a little bit off, but I didn't really care. You shouldn't really care at that point, because you just got done the major thing. You broke those forks. Flow, all you gotta do is just vertical brush regularly, and you will fix the flow. Just, it's just wolfing, combing, brushing. That's how you fix the flow and connection of your pattern. But I did fix those forks, which I really wanted to get rid of, and I got rid of them. Now I have to give special credit to Corsair Kings. He made a video similar to this, showing his experience with what he did, and learning from him, I was able to do what he did. I replicated it for the most part, and I did it in way faster time. It took him months, but that's him figuring all of this out by himself. And with that information, I was able to do this in around less than 2 months, which is really great. And this is why I'm making this video, so I want y'all to learn from us, so you can do it in 1 month. Maybe you can find out how you fix your angles in 1 month. But yeah, I guess this is kind of like a testimony. This is how I fix my weak sides. Now I do have another weak side now. It's right over here, my back right. It's really not how I want it to be. It's like the biggest black spot on my waves. What I'm gonna do now that I know about the flawless connection method, and I know about what I was doing before, and I now have this comb on this next wolf session, I'm gonna be able to comb my hair in the direction I want it to go, and hard brush, medium brush, soft brush. Cut down, don't cut down too low, work the foundation, wolf for a little bit, cut it down, and that's how you fix your weak sides. You gotta be consistent at brushing. If you're not consistent, then you don't want it bad enough. And I know you do. So you just gotta put in the work, and you'll get there. Now, if you were a beginner watching and you watched this whole video, I'm sorry. So watch this video right here to learn how you actually get your waves to come in on the sides, because that is also a really big struggle for almost every single beginner. And I break down how you get waves on the side there. Now, thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. God bless.